Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos. I'm going to start this project off with this piece of wood that I got at Dollar Tree. I am going to take and mark off a part of it with masking tape. I left about 2 inches on one side, and I'm just going to put the masking tape down. You can use painter's tape if you have it. I just didn't have any on hand. And then I'm going to paint that 1/2 with this antique white color. And I'm just going to do the whole thing, and then I'm also going to do the sides, and I did do the back, but I didn't do that on camera. Just make sure that I get all my edges all done. Once I have that all painted and it's dry, I am going to tape it off again over the white, and then I'm going to paint it with this celery green color. And again, I'm just going to paint the front and the sides on this. I did do the whole back with just the white. I didn't put the green on the back. Making sure that I get those edges again, trying not to get any onto the back. And then I'm just going to let that dry and then pull up the tape. So once I have the tape pulled up, you can see I have a nice good line. I am going to take this napkin, and this is part of my mystery napkin bundle on my shop, and then I also had it as part of my spring napkin set. And I just use a couple pieces of tape to pull off the plies. Then I'm going to decide which side of the napkin that I want to use. And I'm going to kind of get an idea of where I want it. And then I am going to pull this off, and I'm going to put a good coat of Mod Podge onto just the white part. And then I'm just going to let that Mod Podge fully dry. I'm going to make sure that I don't get any on the green. And I didn't get any on the edges, so I'm just going to go right along that line there, making sure that I don't get any on the green, and making sure that this is all nice and level on there and I don't have too much. I'm going to fully let that dry. Once it's dry, I'm going to take my napkin and I'm going to lay it back down where I wanted it. Kind of adjusting it to make sure that it's covering all of the white and that I'm not cutting off any of the wording that I want or the birds. And then I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to lay that on, and then I'm just going to iron this right down. Making sure that it's fully attached with the iron. And I go over it quite a bit just to make sure. I don't want it to peel back up. And the edges are always what you want to worry about. And so you just take it off, check it. It will be hot, so just be careful. And then once I have that all on there, I'm going to take my sander and just sand off the excess. And I'm being very careful not to rip my napkin. And just go all the way around. And I absolutely love this napkin. The design on it is so pretty. I love all the colors in it. So once I have the napkin off, I'm also just going to kind of sand around the whole thing. Just sand all these edges, making sure that all that napkin's off. I'm also going to sand the green area too, just along the edges. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And I got a little bit of Mod Podge on that green part, so I just took a baby wipe and wiped that off after. Now that I have that all sanded, I'm going to take these stencils that I got at, I believe it was Walmart, and I'm going to take this one design and I'm going to lay it on this green part right here and get it all situated how I want it, make sure that it's centered. And then I'm just going to take the same white paint that I painted underneath the napkin and the sides with and just put this design right onto this green part. So just kind of go up and around. And I'm going really slow. I haven't reloaded my pouncer at all. Less is more when you're stenciling, so you want to make sure. And I'm going over all of the same spots a few times just to make sure I get the darkness that I want. And there it is with the design on it. Next, I'm going to take this Duraclear satin finish, and I got this at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to put a coat of that over the stenciling and all over the napkin. And I'm doing this just to make sure that everything is sealed. I also did the back and the sides. And this is just basically a clear coat just to protect everything. And I want to make sure I'm putting this on even. And I used a really, really soft bristled brush to apply all of this so that there isn't a lot of lines and that it goes on smoothly and I'm not ripping up the napkin. And then I'm just going to let that fully dry. Once that's all fully dry, I'm going to take this ribbon, and it's like a window pane ribbon made out of burlap, and I'm going to put that right in between that white part, well, the napkin and the green part. And then I'm just going to cut off the excess. So I'm just going to run that strip right there, and then I'm going to cut off the excess. And then I'm going to take this button ribbon that I had from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to glue that right on top of that burlap ribbon. So just lay that right down and then glue that into place. And then just, again, cut off the excess from that also. And then I had this bucket of handles that I bought. They're just kitchen drawer pulls or any sort of drawer pull. And I'm just going to put a little bit of super glue and then some hot glue on the back side of it. And then I'm just going to put that right on the top. And that is it. This project is done. I think this turned out so super cute, and I love the handle as the final touch. I think it turned out awesome. My husband says it looks like a suitcase, and I kind of agree. I think this project turned out absolutely adorable. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications.